Hey everybody, welcome back to another landing page teardown. This is where I go through a site live and edit and give kind of initial impressions straight off the cuff. Today, I'm looking at the ADHDnerd.com/hello. So the first thing I'm thinking here is this headline, which is the first thing I read, says a lot about you, Ryan McRae, but it doesn't say a lot about me. It maybe tells me that this is for people with ADHD, but it doesn't talk about my pain. It doesn't talk about my struggle. It doesn't talk about my dream of a better life. And so let's do that now. So again, some of these might not be appropriate for your audience. I'm just going off the cuff here. Go up here. Struggle with ADHD. Can't stay productive. So we're really getting into digging into layers of the pain, struggle with ADHD, can't stay productive, which I'm assuming is the main struggle you're trying to target. And then I think you should communicate the superpower. How are you making, maybe actually can't stay on task. Let's put that there. And then say, okay, here's the superpower. Become more productive. Something like that. So right away, I know, is this for me? If I have ADHD, it is. What's my main obstacle? What's my main struggle? I can't stay on task. What superpower do I want? I want to become more productive. And then I think what you have down here reinforces that. Now, this here, it has a lot of copy for a button. One thing you might want to test is simply, this is going to be a pain for me here. So one thing you might want to test is something a lot shorter, something like this. Conquer your calendar, and maybe even now. Conquer your calendar now, free, right? And actually, the maybe on task is enough of a reference point to calendar, but you might even want to sharpen this a little bit more so it relates to your primary call to action. But I would test out that a little bit shorter in terms of the copy you have on the button and what feels to me like a kind of stronger, punchier call to action. Conquer your calendar now. Who is the ADHD nerd? One thing I would test is either a different headline here or moving this to the bottom, like having your bio, your who are you at the bottom. Because again, I want to know more about me. I really, people don't care about you. They don't care about us, the makers, the people who have created things. They just care about themselves and their problems. And so I'm not sure what this video is, but give them something that teases the video. For example, one simple secret. Here's one way you can conquer your calendar, even if you have ADHD. So what is this? It's a simple secret. What's the simple secret? Well, that's going to make me click this play button, which is what you want, right? A landing page should make you always want to go to the next step. And so if I've ignored this call to action, then hopefully I'm going to go down here and click on this one. You've got a little bit of extra space here. It looks like, so we could reduce that down almost to 0. And I think it fits in the screen a little bit better. And again, if you're going to have the same call to action, this opens up the same modal. I would change the copy, test out different copy. Certainly, you might want to A/B test all of this, but I would try something like want to learn the next step, click here. It relates to hopefully the video and gives them the next step. So if they enjoyed the video, if they wanted to know what the simple secret was, what's the next step, or what's the other secret, or what am I missing? Click here and hopefully get started. Now here you have different courses that they can get into, and this is super smart. You're trying to segment people that are landing on this page. It gives you more information about them, shows you what they're interested in. But I would frame this differently. I would say, what are you struggling with? Choose the option that describes you the best. And then you could say, procrastinating, bad habits, calendar is out of control. I think this is a stronger hook because if people are feeling this pain, they're like, yeah, I'm struggling with procrastinating, or yeah, I'm struggling with bad habits, or yeah, I'm struggling with calendar. My calendar's out of control. And if I was you, I would actually add a button down here that's a more clear call to action where the person can say, yes, help me with my procrastination, and have it link to your thing, and put a button on each of these options here. This section here, I like this section. This is social proof. This is really important because my next question is, who is this ADHD nerd and why should I trust him? So this is great. Again, I recognized Tim's face. That's a really strong sign. At the bottom, I would put a bio. Who are you? Who is Ryan McRae, and why should I trust you? So follow up with this by really hammering it home. This is who I am. This is why you should trust me. And I would actually add this button here again, right underneath the social proof here. And then, you can have this one at the very bottom underneath your bio. Again, you want to make sure that you are talking about the number one struggle in their life. So whatever the number one struggle in their life is, put that here. And if this call to action isn't attracting new subscribers, then it may be something, in this case, conquering your calendar, that they don't really care about. So that would be another thing to try if you're still not getting results, is, change your incentive to something else. And the way to figure out people's struggles is to send your existing list, everybody who's already signed up for this, a short survey, something like this, where you're asking them, really, what's been your biggest struggle with? In your case, it would be, what's been your biggest struggle with ADHD this year? And have them answer that and use their responses to really sharpen this landing page here. So what's the number one struggle in their life, and how can you help them? Make sure that these match up with whatever feedback you're getting from your existing list. And to finish off, here's a few other tips. There are no inbound links to this page so far. And so that's something I think you could work on. Make sure that this is being linked to from different places. I actually couldn't find a way to get to that hello page from your home page. And so you might want to link to it internally here and also get some external links to this page. When I search for your site on Reddit, there's only one result. And I think if you're producing good content, you should be able to submit more resources to different subreddits. In this case, you've submitted to /rcollege, but there must be other places. Like if I just search ADHD, there's a subreddit for people with ADHD. There's a subreddit for people with ADHD anxiety. There's a subreddit for ADHD programmers. So I would be submitting more epic content, maybe from your blog, to these different subreddits. If you're already helping people with their ADHD, you should be sharing it in places like Reddit. And again, I'm going to recommend Quora. This is where people go for answers to their questions. You're going to get information, on what's trending here, but you'll also have an opportunity to submit an answer and then link to a full blog post. So let's say that these first 3 paragraphs are from, a blog post, a longer blog post you've written. You post kind of a summary right here and then say, you can read the full guide here. So then link to the full guide And again, every time I've done this for personal projects and also for my clients, they've gotten a lot of traffic off of this. So that's another thing you should be trying. The other thing is maybe put the ADHDnerd.com/hello on your Twitter bio and the other bios you have. If this is your main kind of entry point into your site, it makes sense to make it the main URL you promote. Hopefully that was helpful for you, Ryan, and for everybody else. If you have any other questions, let me know. And if you have ideas for Ryan, leave it in the comments below.